boy in the corner. It's your boy. It's Kavi's Corner.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first weekly edition of Kavi's Corner. I'm really excited to get this going. As you may know, we started Kavi's Corner during the Australian Open doing a daily roundup. Well, we've moved it over to a weekly roundup, as you can tell on the bottom, this side, that part of the screen there, by my name. Thank you all for joining me. Please give us a like, a subscribe, share this video. And hey, if you have any questions or anything for me, you can ask me during the stream. Of course, we've got the comments up. So there you go, folks. What else we got? What else? Any other notes? So over here in Vancouver, it's 11 a.m. I hope you're having a great Monday wherever you may be. If you're in Europe, I believe it's evening time around 8 or 9 p.m. If you're in Australia, it's really early. You might not actually be catching this. It's about, 7 a.m. there. And then anywhere else in between where you may be. So anyways, we're going to get right into it. Trying to figure out exactly this whole scheme of how I'm going to run this weekly. But I do have a whole bunch of stuff this week to go over. So I'm going to kick it off with the King. The King, Novak, has yet another crown for the top of his head. Yeah, that's you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. It's right here on the screen. Look at this, 377 weeks as world number one. So now officially, Novak has ties Steffi Graf with the most number of weeks spent as number one in the rankings. And this is from @WeAreTennis. And if you look here, a little too fast. Djokovic, Graf tied at 377 as of today. Martina Navratilova, 332. Serena Williams, 319. And Roger Federer was at 310. There you go. And that's a nice photo from after Novak won the Australian Open just a few weeks ago. We got in the house, Gene. What's up? How you doing, Gene? Good to have you. Amazing from Novak. Absolutely. And it is. And I'm actually going to get a little bit more into it because one slide is not enough for this accomplishment, ladies and gentlemen. At Relevant Tennis. So check out the timeline. This makes it even more impressive. On the 4th of July, 2011, so 13 years ago or 12 and a half years ago, Djokovic wins Wimbledon and becomes world number one for the first time. There's something magical about players becoming number one when they win a major. So anyways, kudos to him for that. And then, so there you go, 12 and a half years later, February 20th, which is today, 2023, Djokovic equals Steffi Graf for most weeks at number one, 377, 4,250 days, 11 years and 7 months. Did I have it wrong? No, it should be 12 years. I think they might have that wrong. Anyways, whatever. Either way, it's mind-boggling and it's impressive as all heck. 11 years, 7 months, they say. I say 12 years, 7 months and counting. No, actually, I think they're right. It would be 12 this year. Anyways, whatever. They're right. What a journey. And then there you go. There's him on the Wimbledon grass. And then you got him with the Aussie Open trophy. We got him at the French Open and the U.S. Open, although you can't really tell that's the U.S. Open. Actually, it looks like Wimbledon. These both do. The background looks like Wimbledon. Anyways, there you go. So that's the first things we've got. Next up, I'm going to get into this past week's champions. So we're doing the weekly thing. I'm obviously going to go over the previous week, and I'm going to try and get into a little bit of what's gone on. As you'll see at the end, a couple of matches I'll get into from this current week. But mostly we're going to go over the news and notes and the weekly roundup of the previous week. So from at Australian Open, says champions flying high in Feb 2023. Iga wins Doha. Daniil Medvedev takes Rotterdam. Carlos Alcaraz takes Buenos Aires. And Taylor Fritz wins the local boy American, takes the Florida Delray Beach title. So there you go. The trophies. What a beautiful trophy Iga has there. That I don't know if that's a falcon, but it's gorgeous. Someone online said the Medvedev's trophy looks like he reached a million subscribers on YouTube. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Alcaraz lifting his trophy in Buenos Aires. There's like a straw on the top of this one. It's kind of interesting looking. And I'm going to say the least impressive trophy is Fritz, although it's not bad. I just find that the other ones are a little more, yeah, I do like the Medvedev one, even though that, anyways, so there you have it. Now we're going to get into specifics a little bit. I'm not going to do my normal kind of in-depth match analysis because it would just take too long, but I am going to mention a little bit from each match. So first, we'll start it off with the woman Iga Swiatek. She last year began a 37-match winning streak at this very tournament in Doha. Now she's a back-to-back champion. So at WTA saying a back-to-back in Doha, Iga Swiatek, excuse me one sec actually. Iga Swiatek defends her Qatar title, seeing off Jess Pegula 6-3, 6-0. Hashtag Qatar tennis. So we'll take a look at the photo. Champion Iga with the fist pump, the subtle fist pump. And it's really good to see. There's a lot of worry about her after the Australian Open. But she seems to have taken a really hard look and said, you know what, there's going to be huge expectations. And she's kind of like went over this scenario with her team. And anyways, she came out and had a record-setting week, y'all, an absolute record-setting week. And what do I mean by that? Well, she's handing out bagels and breadsticks like they were free candy on like Halloween. Check this out. The latest happy customer at the Doha branch of Iga's Bakery, Danielle Collins, collecting a bagel and a breadstick. Danielle Collins, I mean, she's a formidable player. She made it to the Aussie Open finals just a year ago, and she got a 6-0, 6-1 spanking by the world number one Iga. But it didn't end there. That was just her first match. The second match, well, she did the same thing again. This time, Veronika Kudermetova, another formidable opponent. Now, Kudermetova does struggle against the top-end players, but she is also very consistent and has had a great start to the year. So Kudermetova collects, oh, by the way, at GTL Tennis, if you don't follow them, I highly recommend that you do. Great channel. Kudermetova collects a bagel and a breadstick from Iga's Bakery, a popular order this week in Doha. Right? Can't be more than that, can it? I mean, you got 2 bagels and 2 breadsticks in 2 matches. Can't be any, can it? Oh my God. Yes, it can. Jess Pegula, unfortunately, gets victimized as well. Excuse me, folks. This time in the final. So the latest Iga victim in Doha she got picked up 1 bagel. She did not get any breadsticks, though, contrary to this bag that she's holding. She actually got 3 games. So the match went 6-3, 6-love in the final. Now, I didn't catch all of this match. I caught the second half or the second set, and then I jumped on a stream with JG. So JG was mentioning that Iga actually wasn't looking so great, and Pegula had her chances, but just was unable to convert. So unfortunate for Pegula, but there you go. Iga, she takes the title. She only had to play 3 matches. So she had a bye in round 1. And then in the third round, she was supposed to face Belinda Bencic, who has also been on fire lately. And I was really bummed. She pulled out of that match due to fatigue because she had won the tournament previous and also went pretty deep in the Australian Open. So I think she was just kind of preparing for this week in Dubai. And it was unfortunate, though, because it would have been great to see prime Iga, who's found her bakery shop open again, and Belinda. But anyways, so that was a walkover there. So she only had 3 matches, but she only dropped 5 games. So check this out from Bastien Fachan, saying Iga ties Suzanne Longlang's 98-year-old mark, likely all-time record, ? I guess it's not confirmed, of 5 games lost to win a title. 1925 Wimbledon. This is Longlang. She had a walkover in round 1, 6-2, and then a bagel in round 2, 6-1 bagel round 3, a couple of bagels in the quarterfinals, a couple of bagels in the semifinals, and then she goes 6-2 bagel in the final. So look at that. What's that? 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 5 games dropped in 5 matches. In 5 actual matches, including a walkover, or not including a walkover. And then we had, this is Iga in Doha. first round bye, as I mentioned, quarterfinal walkover, but bagel, breadstick, 6-3 bagel. Should we call this 6-3 like a bear claw? Because those are pretty yummy and you get those at bakeries. Anyways, so there you have it, folks. And then I'm just going to, because it's such a crazy accomplishment, I have one more on this. This is from at Diego Barbiani. In other related tennis news, by losing just 5 games to win a WTA event, Iga Swiatek sets a new record for the lowest number of games conceded. She played just 3 matches. All the others here had at least 4. So there is a little bit of an asterisk, but and I honestly think Belinda probably wouldn't have got bageled and breadsticked, but you never know. You got to play the matches. The reason I'm showing this is because look at this number right here, 1992. That is the closest anyone's been. So it's been 31 years. Iga was like minus 10 years old when Monica Seles did this last. So just to show you how long it's been and how impressive of a feat that she has just accomplished. Unbelievable number of games. Everyone was just really worried about her. And then she comes out in this tournament and just goes crazy. So anyways, I'm just going to put this on hold for just a second and take a look at the comments here. By the way, Game to Love Tennis Podcast says, join YouTube membership. There's the link for you right there. And again, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. Always helps us with the algorithms and helps us bring you more tennis talk, more tennis streams. So we had Gene here, and then we also had Max saying, hey, Kavi, hope you're doing well. I absolutely am. Thank you for joining me, Max. Always great to have you in the stream. Peter, hey, Kavi got his own corner. Congrats. Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate it. Man, I love the whole chat community. You guys are so cool, so supportive. Again, Max, yeah, I came just in time for Kavi's corner. Absolutely. Peter saying Novak, amazing. Yes. Peter saying beautiful trophy like Maltese Falcon. So if that's what that is, awesome. All right, KC saying it's for mate Kavi, a traditional hot drink in Argentina. It's for mate. I thought you were calling me mate. Okay, so yeah, the straw. I actually have had mate, but it's so big that I didn't even kind of equate it to being a mate kind of bowl. But thank you. Yes, mate. Thank you for letting me know about that. We got Ghost of Girolitis saying mic check. Ghost always drops some hot fire. If you don't know what that means, it means that I do some rapping. I'm a hip hop artist, and so sometimes Ghost will drop some lines that he makes on the spot. Really good stuff. All right, I'm gonna get back into it. Oh, I just had one here. I saw a Canadian's name. I'm a little biased here. Layla, please win a game at least versus Iga tomorrow. Yeah, so Layla Annie Fernandez is going to be facing Iga Swiatek in round 2 of Dubai. As Layla won her first round match. I'm blanking against who, but all right, so we're going to get back into the winners from this week, starting with Rotterdam. So here we go. Mednificent is from at Tennis TV. At Daniil Medvedev wins his 16th ATP title with a 5-7, 6-2, 6-2 victory over Sinner at ABN AMRO Open. And there you go. Look at the wild, wicked hair from the Russian. And he's clapping for himself. He is a champion, and he had a formidable opponent. It was Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner was on fire. He had won the tournament previously in Montpellier, taking out, I believe it was Maxime Cressy in the final, the only player to break Maxime Cressy, and then made it all the way to the final. Now, Sinner won the first set, and he won it pretty easily. Everything was going well for him. He was just real smooth, but you could tell Medvedev he hadn't found his footing just yet. And so I don't know what happened, but after the changeover, what am I trying to say? After the set, the changeover after the first set, I don't know what he did, but he mentally changed. You could tell he became more aggressive, and he made it more of a physical battle. And I think that was really smart, especially knowing that Jannik Sinner had played so many matches. When you go to the finals, when you win a tournament and go to the finals, that means you're winning 9 straight matches playing in 2 weeks. So that's quite a lot of tennis. And Medvedev just became a little bit more aggressive, started really powering on the forehand. And he just made it a physical affair. And I think it was a really smart move. Obviously, he ended up winning. He got 2 breaks in each of the last 2 sets for pretty standard, I guess you could say, last couple sets. So it was really nice to see Daniil Medvedev kind of coming back into his own. We know how good he is. He's great on hard courts. And believe it or not, this is his first time he's won a tournament in the first 7 months of the calendar year. So normally he wins everything after July. So there you go. And another stat that I learned about Medvedev, 16 titles now in his career. None of them have been a defense. So all 16 of his titles have been at 16 different tournaments. I don't know if that's impressive or not impressive, but it's something. So anyways, that's that. And then another thing, this was so cute. I loved it when Medvedev was he was doing his acceptance speech at the end. He said, and this is from @DMedvedev fans, saying, "Yesterday, my wife told me," so this is talking about the semifinal match when he was doing his on-court interview after he had won the semifinal match. He said, "Yesterday, my wife told me that when I was giving the speech on the court, she put my 4-month-old daughter in front of the TV and she started laughing and smiling. So I hope she's doing that again." That's just like a heartwarming story. I loved it. The most adorable thing you can hear today. I totally agree. And there you go. And just like the love he had when he was talking about his daughter, it was like so obvious. So yeah, happy young family there, the Medvedevs. All right, moving on. Let's actually, you know what? Let me just check and see if we got anything on Medvedev here in the chat. And then we got Peter saying Polish bakery, yum. Yeah, that bakery has been on fire. I think they're actually going to run out of firewood for the all the bagels because she just keeps making them and making them. And then we got Ghost talking about your girl Bibi just lost a tough one to Rebecca. She did? Yeah, see, I was prepping, so I did not get to check that out. Unfortunate. I was kind of hoping Bianca could do some damage there, but hey, there you go. So moving on now, I'm going to go into the next winner. So this is, I'm actually just doing them in the order that they were. I watched all 3 of these finals, and the timing was perfect because it just went from one to the other to the other. Although this one did bleed into the Delray final, but we'll get into that in a second. So title number 7 for the world number 2, Carlos Alcaraz. This is from @TennisTV. Carlos Alcaraz, title number 7, Carlos Alcaraz returns to the tour triumphantly, defeating Cameron Norrie 6-3, 7-5 to win the Argentina Open. And look at that big smile. Man, was it awesome to watch this guy play tennis again after 4 months. As you may know, he is my favorite player at the moment. Just completely have been enthralled by him ever since he beat Tsitsipas 2 years ago at the US Open. And I just love the way he plays. I love his passion. He's got so much power, and he's got the movement of a ballerina out there, especially on the clay courts and the hard courts. I still think he needs some work on the grass courts, but that's something we'll get into in the summer. But here you go. Carlos Alcaraz, after 4 months of being off tour, takes out the British world number 1 in the final. And it was a great match, I'd say, from Carlos especially. So he, in the first set, was pretty standard. He goes up a break and kind of cruises for 6-3. And I mean, the power, it's so crazy. He's hitting serves now at 224 kilometers an hour regularly. That's 140 miles an hour. That's Ben Shelton range. That's Kyrgios range. I mean, and then he's got the kick serve. So he does his, he does his second serve, kick serve on clay, and he pushes the player like 15 feet off the court. It's absolutely incredible. But now what he's starting to do is he's doing the kick on the first serve. So the players don't know, is this guy going to give me a kick serve or is he going to go flat? And if they kind of position themselves for the kick, he'll go up the middle. So he's starting to really play with his serve a little bit. So yeah, it was really, really fun to watch. And again, the power was just very apparent throughout the whole week. The drop shots were on point. He actually won the tournament on a drop shot. And so anyways, the second set went like this. Carlos was cruising. He was up 5. He ended up 5-3, and he was serving for the match at 5-3. Cameron Norrie with a gutsy break and then holds for 5-all. And then Carlos serves at 5-all. He wins to make it 6-5, and then he breaks Norrie there in the 12th game of the second set to take the title in straight sets. So really, really well done from Carlitos. Really excited for him being back and just tennis in general. So there you go. We're going to go a little bit more on Carlitos. This is from @Jose Morgado. Alcaraz's title. So we have 2021 UMAG on clay, Rio 2022 clay, Miami hard court 2022. Well, okay, these are all 2022. Barcelona on clay, Madrid on clay. That was the tournament where he beat Rafa, then Novak, then Zverev. So it's the first player to ever beat Rafa. Was it the first, or maybe Nalbandian did it once as well when they were all younger. But anyways, crazy feat. And then, of course, the U.S. Open when he won and became world number 1 last year in August. I was in New York, and then this year, Buenos Aires 2023 clay. And there you go. Big, huge smile, raises his arms as champions do. So there you go. That was our third champion of the week, and the final champion. And again, no real order. It was just the order in which I got to watch these matches because that's when they were played. At ATP Tour, Ray in Delray at Taylor Fritz defeats Miomir Kecmanovic 6-love, 5-7, 6-2 to win the at Delray Beach Open title. There you go. And look at the ferocious roar. He reminds me of Hugh Jackman when he's Wolverine in here. So there you go. Got the white headband, Nike shirt, got the head racket, and boom. Nicely done. The Americans have had a great start to the year. As you all know, 10 Americans now in the top 50 on the men's side. And they had a great Australian Open. They had a great United Cup. So Taylor Fritz just keeps on rolling. And that's good news because he is defending some big points here coming up in a few weeks at the Indian Wells tournament in which he beat Nadal last year for his first biggest title of his career. So a little bit more on Fritzy. We got at Ben Rothenberg mentioning Taylor Fritz, who won ATP 250 Delray Beach on Sunday, will break into the top 5 next Monday. So I guess this tournament was played the week later. So anyways, so we know that not as of today, but a week from today, he will be in the top 5, and he will be the first American man in the ATP singles top 5 since Andy Roddick last departed that echelon in September of 2009. So that's 14 years. So yeah, amazing feat there. Well done, Fritzy. Okay, I'm going to take a quick little break from the slides, and I'm going to get back into a couple of the comments. Oh, we got Skiing in the house. Skiing, the generous Skiing, loving it, saying with a $9.99 tip. Thank you very much, Skiing. You've always been one of the biggest supporters of Kavi's Corner and all my streams. I really appreciate it. The channel also really appreciates it. So thank you very much for that. And hey, Skiing, let me know if you would like a button. Any button you'd like, you let me know. We have most of them up right now, and not all of them, but let me know. I'll keep checking the comments for that. So let's see. Ghost saying here, Layla is a fighter. She'll give Iga a good match. Yeah, that round 2 in Dubai that we were talking about. And Peter is talking about the Maltese Falcon, famous Bogart film from the novel by Dashiell Hammett. Interesting. I have not read that, nor heard. I think I might have heard the title, actually. It rings a bell. But thank you for that. Really appreciate that, Peter, as always. Max N saying Carlitos definitely has devoted fans in Argentina. Yeah, he does. There's video of him practicing, and you know how they kind of cover the middle section so you can't just like see through the link fence. They kind of put like a little mat. There's people lying down on their stomachs and people climbing the fence and trying to get a look at him. So yeah, he's definitely got a following, and he's mesmerizing. Honestly, he's very mesmerizing. Like when you watch with that power and that delicate footwork, running around backhands all day long. I mean, it's just an onslaught nonstop. Let's see here. Sean Power saying Alcaraz seems to have one of the best kick serves. If his first serve gets better, he could be almost unbeatable. Well, that's what I was saying. He was hitting 140 miles an hour, 224 kilometers several times in this tournament. Flat serve. So they've been doing some good work on that in the offseason. Great to see. Peter saying battery running down, checking out, keep talking tennis. No reference to other pod. Oh, funny. Wahoo, Kavi. Thank you. And then we got Brandon C saying he looked like he got some nerves at the end. Serve level started to drop a little, like double faulting to give Norrie the break. Yeah, he did the double fault at when he was up 5-3 for the break. He missed that double the second serve. He missed it by like 3.5 feet. Like it was a huge miss. But he gathered himself after. Yeah, definitely a good point from Brandon there. Thank you for that. And then he says, nothing to take away from Carlitos, though. Great result. Yes, I agree. GSL, Gary Saint Laurent. He's got Canadian roots, folks, from the Hudson's Bay. Gary, Kavi, I'm so late. Sorry, no apologies necessary, my friend. I will go back and watch again to get your insights. Hey, everyone. Hey, no worries. That's why we have it available afterwards. But I really appreciate I always appreciate you, Gary. Always have great insights, bring some interesting stats, oftentimes that I've never heard of, which really kind of helped me increase my tennis knowledge and IQ. So thank you for that. And he also says, congratulations, Novak. I heard he is a really good tennis player. You don't want to miss the beginning of this, if as you mentioned, because, yeah, we do mention the king gets another crown. That's how I started off. All right, speaking of starting off, I'm going to start off the final portion, a few more slides, and then I don't want to go too long. 26 minutes. Okay, we're pretty good. All right, so we're going to add to stream this slide. So this is from Vunch. So this was a great story. This is from Delray Beach. Check this out. So I'm going to scroll down so you can see who I'm talking about. This is Matia Pecotic, okay? And that's his photo. And this is from Vunch in regards to, actually here, you know what? First, I'm going to read the original tweet from @TennisTV. It says, debut delight in Delray. Matia Pecotic, the qualifying alternate, stuns former champ Jack Sock to win his first ever ATP match at the age of 33 years old. Yeah, at the age of 33. So check this out. So Matia played college, and this now is from Vunch, @Vunch V2K, says, played college tennis at Princeton from 2009 to 2013, 10 years ago, he ended, turned pro in 2014, got to world number 206 in 2016, and then suffered terrible complications from a stomach surgery. Excuse me. Sorry, one sec. Now it says, got his MBA from Harvard Business School in 2019, then continued to train and play local tournaments. So this guy was training. So he's now a realtor. So check this out. We'll go even further down, and this will give you the full picture. So again, from Vunch, he's currently the director of Wexford Real Estate Investors LLC. It's a private equity real estate development firm in Palm Beach, Florida. Now he qualified for Delray Beach, beating two decent players, Stefan Kozlov and Tennis Sandgren, and then beats Jack Sock. So from what I learned about this guy, he's a realtor by day, and by night he trains. He just trains to be in tennis and plays in all the local tournaments. I guess he's not traveling around doing it, but in the local tournament. So anyways, I just thought that was phenomenal. Someone at the age of 33, they just never gave up. They still have the dream. He may never win a tournament. He may never win another match. Hopefully he does. But I just love the fact that he's never, ever quit on his dream. He's still able to live a great life, earn a living doing, his side, well, I guess his main job, real estate, but also gets to live his dream and pursues it. So I just love that story. I thought that was phenomenal. So pat on the back to Matia Pecotic. Absolutely. There you go, folks. And let's see. Oh, by the way, please give us a like, give us a subscribe if you haven't just yet. We are trying to get to 100,000 subs. Also, if you look over my head, I got this. Wait, always weird with the other way. I can't do this. Anyways, above my head, the 22, we got merch. That's merch from Game to Love. So if anyone is interested, check the link in the description. You can get your own merch as well. Now we're going to get into a couple of injury notes. This is from Vasek Pospisil. @Vasek Pospisil. Due to health reasons, I will be off tour for the next 3 to 4 months. Bummer. Tough news, but this is part of the journey. Hope to be back in competition soon. We'll take this time to work on other projects and enjoy time with friends and family. Thank you for the support as always. So there you go, folks. Vasek Pospisil out for 3 to 4 months. And one other injury news I would like to get into. This is from Holger Rune News. So at running_Rune. Holger on the injury. So if you don't know what the injury was, in the second round in Rotterdam, he was playing Heelsbrouwer, the Dutchman, and his wrist was acting up. And I believe he hurt it. Well, we'll get into that here. Since in Australia. So he had to withdraw in the second set. I believe he was down 4-1, and he lost the first set as well. So here we go. Holger Rune on the injury. I've played through some pain, but today it hurt more and more as the match progressed. And in the end, it hurt too much to continue. Health comes first. My wrist hasn't felt good since Australia, and I continued to push it. I hope to be back again soon. So yeah, best wishes to Holger Rune, who's been one of the hottest players on the planet since pretty much since the US Open ended last year. Yeah, speedy recovery and best wishes to Holger Rune. And we got Suwon Lim, always gives me a comment when he's on my streams. Great to have you, Suwon. He says, hi, Kavi, just got on the stream. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for making it. And then Gary's saying, Kavi, I'm nominating you to Ben to record the button for... Oh, Pecotic. You know what? I'm a former realtor too, so that might not be a bad idea, Gary. I like the way you're thinking there. Okay, so... let's see here. Now, by the way, how many likes do we have so far? Because I didn't open. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got 18. Loving it. And we got 30 people in, so we're over 50%. Okay, we're going to wrap it up here now in the next few minutes. We got, 4 more slides, and then we're going to do players of the week on the men's side and the women's side. I'm going to let you guys guess. And also skiing, I don't know if you're still around. However, if you would like a button, you let me know. Thank you for that $10 tip. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, next slide. This is just a funny slide. This is from @Eurosport. Now, the reason I put this up is because Bublik won today. Just today. He won a few hours ago after losing 10 straight matches. And this was his reaction. So this is him looking completely just dejected. And I'm complaining how stupid this effing sport is because it is effing stupid. Playing tennis is a headache. So anyways, I'm glad his headache is over. I thought that this was really funny that this was his quote. So he did win, finally snapping a 10-match losing streak. And so there you go, folks. There is Alexander Bublik. And I just thought that was funny. I had to add that in. Okay, what do we have going this week? This is from @FirstServeTennis. Tournaments this week. We've got Dubai. We've got the WTA 1000. That's the one where all the heavy hitters are in. And then in Mexico, in Mérida, we have a WTA 250. Rio de Janeiro, we've got the ATP 500, which a lot of people are saying has it's pretty much a very similar draw to the 250 that we just had in Argentina, Buenos Aires. Alcaraz will be there. Sebastian Baez will be there. Cam Norrie will be there. I believe Francisco Cerundolo, as well as his brother. So there's very similar to Buenos Aires because they're obviously on that South American swing, whoever is there. And then we've got the Marseille ATP 250. I believe Yannick Sinner is there, went there from Amsterdam, Rotterdam. Gosh, Kavi, one at a time. Think of one thing at a time. All right, so Marseille 250, and then we got Doha 250. Where there was actually a really crazy match, which I'm going to get into in 1 second. But before that, I'm going to go into one quick match from Dubai. So this is the portion of the weekly roundup where I'm actually getting into next week. But hey, this is from Reem Abulail saying, after 3 hours and 29 minutes, Sorana Cirstea beats Beatrice Haddad Maia 4-6, 7-6, 7-5 in Dubai. Cirstea saved 2 match points in the second set and fought back from 1-4 down in the decider. Very impressive. The reason I'm putting this in here is this is now the longest WTA match of the year, replacing yesterday's 3 hour and 22-minute Samsonova win over Paula Badosa. So there you go. In just 24 hours, we had the 2 longest matches take place. That's a really long match for a best of 3 on the women's side. So 3 hours and 29 minutes. That's kind of like getting on the pace of Nadal versus Zverev at the French Open when they'd finished 2 sets and it had been 3 hours. So anyways, congratulations to Cristea on that one. Wonder if the slow courts might have an effect on that over there. So let's see. And now we're going to go over to Doha, as promised. One match that just ended while I was prepping for this show. It ended about 40 minutes or 20 to 40 minutes, somewhere in there, before I went live. It says from at Tennis Updates 23, ATP 250 Doha, round 1. Murray wins 4-6, 6-1, 7-6 after saving 3 match points. And he was also down... he was down 0-3 in the match tiebreak and then won 7 of the next 8 points. Man, Andy Murray, I love Andy Murray. He's got such heart, he's got such courage. I just want him to win some matches in straight sets because, you know, with those hips, it's not easy to keep playing these marathon matches and these huge comeback matches. You know, even in the Australian Open, he played 2 matches. He's on court for over 10 hours, you know, a couple 5-setters. So, but anyways, you can't deny the heart of a lion, the heart of a champion. And so there you have it. That is Andy Murray. Murray Magic. That's what I wrote it. I got this little sheet on the side telling me what all the slides are. So there you go, folks. That is it for the slides. Now we're going to wrap it up in just a second, after reading a couple of more comments. And then also I'm going to get you guys to guess my player of the week on the women's side and on the men's side. So go ahead and make your predictions first with the women, okay? I'm going to give you about 10 seconds, and then I'm going to play a button. So anyone in there, let me know who you think is the player of the week on the women's side. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a look here. Gary is asking, Kavi, was it you that speculated about Holger's withdrawal was Australia related? I saw that AO injury happen live and I wondered about it. Yes, that was me on one of the streams, actually, unless someone else did as well. But basically, he took a fall, and at first it looked like it was his ankle, but he actually fell into it. So it didn't, like, instead of going against it, kind of. So I believe when he landed, the wrist is what actually took the worst of the damage. Suwon Lim, the Andy Murray match was crazy. Yeah, I watched the tiebreak while I was prepping, and I was like, oh my God, he's down 3-love. And then, of course, he goes on to win. Gary, who else, my friend? Unless you're going with Pecotic. All right, we got Iga, we got Uga. No, they meant Iga. You know what? Every single one of you are right. It's too easy this week, wasn't it? Anyways, let's give Iga some love. Here's to the baker.
Iga Swiatek. The bakery be opening when the Polish girl be rolling in. Each victim be serving them. Bread sticking up bagel-in. I'm Iga, when I'm meet ya. I'm a beat ya, gonna beat ya. I'm Iga, gonna see ya. Now you can handle my heat now.
All right. So that was Iga. Let's see here. And then we got a couple other. Gary saying upset after upset in Dubai. Just another routine week on the WTA. Man, I got to get off this stream and start checking the scores here. And then Suwon Lim saying, what a win by Cristea. Gary, Andy wins another match in 6 sets. Yeah, it seems like he adds like five extra sets in every match he plays. Anyways, okay, so you guys pretty much all got it right. We've got the men's side. Most of you, well, here, I'll let you guys guess. A few people guessed already who the men's player of the week was. Give you 10 more seconds. And yeah, Marcin Onishchuk. I hope I'm saying that relatively right. Iga, yes, you were correct. Nigel as well. Mrixie. Alcaraz. That's a pretty strong guess. Anyone else? We had 3 men's champions. Who could it have been? All right. GSL. He's really good at these. All right, folks. I think you all got it. I had to give it to him. 4 months off, comes back, wins the title. Let's hear it for Carlitos.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
All right, folks. There you have it. Pretty much every single person was right. Everyone, like I said, Mrixie, GSL, Nigel, Carlitos, Suwon Lim had both as well on the same comment there. So yeah, there you go, folks. Was there one other one? I think I saw some other one. Oh, no, it was this one. It was from Gary saying Iga and Carlos. Who else? Unless you're going with Pecotic. So there you go, folks. That's it for the very first weekly roundup edition of Kavi's Corner. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Also got a $10 tip from Skiing Front Back. Thank you very much. Always a huge supporter of the channel and of my streams as well, specifically. So yeah. Thank you to everyone who checks out our GTL channel. As you know, we are always having tennis news brought to you. We're streaming matches, so stay tuned to the channel to see what's coming up this week. I'm sure we'll have some matches as we have a 1,000 level Masters on the women's side. Is it called a Masters on the women's side? Anyways, the 1,000 tournament in Dubai, and then we got the 500 in Rio and all that stuff. So lots of tennis coming up. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone for tuning in, and I will see you all next week, if not before that. Take care, and thanks again for checking out the very first weekly edition of Kavi's Corner.
It's Kavi's Corner. Give it a like. I said give it a like. Leave a little comment, share the video, and hit subscribe. That's right. Check out this other video.